Well, city and state officials are digging for answers after workers had to dig out court documents from a landfill. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson. City Hall was housing boxes of documents for the Orleans Parish Criminal Court because of a lack of storage space. And we have been reporting for days that some of those boxes ended up somehow in a Gentilly landfill. Alyssa Curtis, she's been following this story. Alyssa, we were all shocked by this, by the way. The governor ordered an investigation into what happened here. Where is that investigation stands right now?
Well, the clerk of court, Darren Lombard, tells me he was scheduled to meet with LSP this afternoon. He told us he wasn't able to get very far with his own investigation, so he's welcoming the help as they try to get to the bottom of this. The mystery of how boxes of sensitive court documents ended up in a Gentilly landfill won't be a mystery too much longer. At least that's what LSP and clerk of court Darren Lombard are hoping.
Hopefully this thing will never happen again.
Court officials say they've been lacking storage for years, so court documents were being housed on a Department of Public Works site. According to New Orleans Chief Administrative Officer Joe Threat, trailers where the documents were being held were being cleaned out for demolition. In a press conference last week, he told us he wasn't sure where the miscommunication stemmed.
The folks I got working down there are not clerk of courts. They don't maintain records. They fill potholes, asphalt.
Lombard believes the documents thrown out were from around the 1950s to the 70s. They were able to recover some of the documents, but what they retrieved from the landfill that day is all that could be salvaged.
We recovered just about everything we could.
Now the Louisiana State Police are investigating after Governor Landry ordered them to look into it. In a fiery post on X, Governor Landry said, quote, "This incident represents significant risks to the integrity of our criminal justice system." In a statement to WWL Louisiana, LSP said in part, quote, "We take these matters seriously and are dedicated to ensuring transparency while upholding the highest professional standards." Last week, city officials told us they too were trying to get to the bottom of it. Lombard says for the most part, the city's been communicative.
Mr. Threads has been sending emails and talking to me over the phone and discussing plans and options for the future. Having said that, I still have yet to hear from one person who was involved.
He says he still hasn't heard from Director of Public Works Rick Hathaway. Lombard says he received information that Hathaway was responsible, but Threat says responsibility has yet to be identified. Lombard tells me he's working with the city to identify a secure temporary location to move the documents that were recovered and the ones that are still on that work site.
I mean, I have to say, sometimes you do need those documents.
Yeah,
you never
absolutely.
know if someone needs those documents. So what happens to the documents that weren't retrieved from the landfill?
Well, I asked about that, and Lombard told me that he's working with the Secretary of State. There's already a process in place that they're now using for when records are lost or destroyed.
This is a really peculiar situation,
Absolutely,
Alyssa. Thank
Sharice.
you so much. Hopefully we get more answers.